Now we're cooking. It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hey, that's it! 180!
Out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Theo Riddick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time and a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cousins now. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Throwing, Cousins. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. To throw it is Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. The numbers a week ago for Cook. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one time.
Just once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. And this is caught at the 8th. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And it's 15-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
From this vantage point, that seems like a pretty dangerous call, running a toss that close to your own goal line. I think what they were hoping is that they were going to get some pressure from the defensive front and maybe beat him to the corner and then turn upfield with a lot of yardage to run.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings find a way to strike. Their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Cousins now over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Damon Harrison able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this 1st half. 1st and 10
Well,
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. You're set. You're waiting.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Just his second incomplete. Completion so far, he's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive player.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen from 13 yards out. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result. Of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Stafford on first down. He hits Riddick underneath. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down. On the end around, this is Hurns. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just outside his own goal line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprint, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage. And, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now Cousins lets it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He fights him off. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Cousins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. There he goes right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. First down. Here's Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Cousins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And Jones has it over the middle. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, But he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
To throw is Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Cousins on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Ziggy Ansah able to drop him for a loss of 4. Second down, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Third and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Finds Roberts left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Have they shown him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A first down throw for Cousins. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 28 yards. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that.
Back now at Ford Field, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now Cousins on fourth down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Not only the completion, but that pass also gives him the record for most passing yards in a single game. What a day.
That tells you that the completion percentage is really high. Yards per pass, really high. But what a fantastic day. A brand new record, and we were here to witness it.
Set. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's got it to Hearns. And some room to work. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Allen Hearns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions gain a bit of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jarrett Davis in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Cousins again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Again, it's Cousins. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw, Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's going to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
180.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw, Stafford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
The 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the legs still there. This has been a tough game. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Third and 2, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened,
he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Throwing here, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. Here's Cousins. And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the calendar changed. October didn't help. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
You